Well, hey, how's it going, guys? This is the new expansion for Hearts of Iron 4, Thunder at Our Gates. Let's change the background. There we go. And these are Aussies, apparently. Native Aussies in their homelands. Anywho, we are going to go to Australia. I'm going to lie to you guys, this is probably the nation I feel the less passionate about. A lot of the landlocked nations, I just don't feel like I click with as much. Say that, I play UK a lot, don't I? Heads up, I am playing blind. I mean, I've never played Australia before. I've never read the dev diaries. I'm just going to be reading the tooltips and experimenting. There's probably going to be lots of mistakes, and there's probably going to be less optimized strategies with less min-maxing than usual. So just don't get upset if I click on a button and I make a mistake, because this is the whole fun of playing blind. Today, I'm playing blind with you, as if you just loaded the game up for the first time, and you're experimenting with me. Let's experiment together. So we have poor population growth. Not very often they show pop growth, do they? And we have depression. Can decline call to war. That implies that you can't say no or can say no. And then also, wow, depression so bad. And civilian army, which is a new one. So attacking on non-core territory. That's really bad. That's like an insane debuff. Let's see how we get rid of that. Non-core. Okay, there's a few of those. Do we get rid of all of it? Yeah, get rid of it fully there. Okay. All right, what do we do? Do we play historical? Historical Australia. Yeah, let's do historical. Is there a historical button? There is. All right, let's do it. I always think historical is a good place to start because that means you have to read all the tooltips. You just start from the very top and work your way down. The war is coming. How do they know that? Foreshadow. Gives democracy, gives political power. Modifies the advisor by daily AUP votes. So there's a voting system. Merge all the boys up. Shift left click. V area defense to move them to Melbourne. And let's have a look where we can build. This is a classic feedback gaming strategy where I just build everywhere and see which has the most building slots. So Queensland, Tasmania, oh, South Australia. And that's it. And delete the rest. So South and, well, okay. Any resources? A little bit here, which will give us +1 and 2. Okay. So it looks like the optimal place to build infrastructure. Need to go into state map mode though and just check if there's any state modifiers, and there aren't any. Oh, there are here. Strategic locations. Is that owned by me? It is. Nope, it's good to build anywhere. I was just checking for state modifiers. Oh, hang on. There is a Cataract Dam Mountain. We click on all the others and check them. For some reason, that doesn't appear in the state map mode. Why? I don't know. How many can we build here? Just the one. Ah, okay. That's not so good. No, that's fine. That's okay. Really sucks there's not much building slots there, but it is what it is. 5 speed, let's go. Go basic on industry and get that research done. Start with guns. Yeah, we'll phase out from there. So the defense of democracy, guarantee costs, joint research. That's fine. We have an air force, but it's very small. We have a navy, and it's also very small. Exercise the planes. What divisions do we have? We have this very girthy infantry, small horse. Let's just go full infantry. Halfway to the federal election. All right. So, institute reforms or campaign tour across Australia to raise ALP support. ALP is the opposition party, right? So we don't want ALP, we want the UAP. Do a political campaign, it will cost you political power 1 and gain daily votes for the UAP. I like the visuals for this. Next election in 583 days. Okay, so I'm presuming these are all boosting my election chances, unless they're decisions. Final reforms, the Pacific Pact. Is it a... Yeah, it is. Okay, so these are all like election promises. And I presume if we make our promises, we'll get more votes. I thought it was just... Democracy was just about popular opinion. Okay, and then when we have election wins, we can start progressing down the focus path. So, Fledgling Britain, Australian Command. It's work, fight, or perish. The war is coming. There's lots of like little mini focus trees. This focus tree is not like any of the others. So instead of being one unified tree, it's like lots of mini trees. This feels a little bit more Kaiserreich-esque. Like certain event happens, you can unlock the next part to go down. It looks to me like getting wins from the other party actually does help you because it lets you progress down different areas and different locations. Okay. All right, domestic industry feels like a no-brainer. 30-day focus? Damn, paradox. We're breaking the meta. Do army defense. We don't have enough war support to do anything. However, the stability is really good. Need to be at war for that. We need 10% world tension. The democratic bulwark gains research for industry. Very beginner friendly. See what we can build from here. So total artillery is a win. Factories is good. Trucks is good. I'm wondering if I should go for tanks in some way. Rural concessions, max factory states, construction speed for a bunch of locations. But these are all areas in the islands to the north. 65-day focus. Now we're creating a very unusual meta. The Pacific Pac have a high relations with China, Dutch East Indies, and Japan. Means non-aggression pact with a bunch of these countries. That's not historical though, is it? Maybe it is. China, Indies, Japan. Okay. One thing that's just jumped out to me is that with so many of the focuses railroaded, like locked behind dates or elections, the focus tree gets very small. Like for instance, here, these two, these ones, all of this. And then there's also a few ones here like locked behind a date. And that makes the focus tree shrink massively. I mean, the no-brainer is to get rid of depression because that's the big one eating into our economy. Our economy is not actually that bad. Okay, Pacific works. The choice between exports of the economic recovery puts me on free trade, which is very good for Australia. Because your resources... Oh, actually, no. You've got quite a lot of steel, which is a good resource to export. Or the Lang plan. Which one is historical? Doesn't say. Maybe type in Great Depression, see what comes up. So getting rid of depression is the left side. It looks like I could probably do both. Forging the future for Australia. Having both... What does it say here? Having both exports for economic recovery and within reach will enable exploitations of the Pilbara regions of Northwest Australia, unleashing a near inexhaustible source of steel can be used in future economic... Oh god, yeah, that sounds like the no-brainer option. Okay, some of these advisors are very good. War support is what we need. Factory output's a big one. Political advisor cost minus 50%. That's very, very good, but it hurts rural votes. Oh, he's communist, that's why. One of the big concerns with Australia is you've got a lot to deal with. You need a navy to defeat the Japanese, so catching up with the Japanese is borderline impossible. Plus, you have a very large nation to defend, so you need a large army to do that. Taking advantage of Marines would be quite useful, because we take advantage of the new special forces. And that 15% construction for civilian factories, that's pretty strong too. So many good bonuses. I mean, the most standard opening is to focus on political power gain. That's the most standard opening. Or stability. Yeah, stability. Let's do stability. You know what? Stack that stability as high as it goes. Worker conditions as well. Call for a referendum. This is a referendum on... We want to increase the federal government control. However, we need the voters' approval first. By calling a referendum, we can seek their consent. Okay. I'm leaning more towards focuses that benefit me in the short run than the long term. So I'm not actually focusing too much on the election. This reduces Great Depression impact. Adds 2 states to New South Wales. Oh, that would have been big because that's where the steel is. And that is also where the dam is. So stacking here is the big win. Okay, we'll do that now. And now we have extra building slots. An extra 1. Okay, all right. It's starting to pay off kind of now. Okay, change of plan. I am going to go big on special forces. I think we are either going to do Rangers or Mountaineers. Yeah, let's do Mountaineers. Okay. I don't think they have any bonuses for Mountaineers. And that's not a big surprise, because where are mountains in Australia? I guess there's some here, isn't there? But it isn't, like, really well known as a mountainous country, is it? Hang on, there's a dam in Tasmania as well. What? But this is a different kind of dam, this one. Core of the States map mode showed dams as well as state modifiers. Like, for instance, here you can see there's a state modifier. Resources have been damaged. Plus, here, for instance... Densely populated rural area. Just kind of cool if dams appeared too, because I had no idea there was going to be a dam here and one in Tasmania as well. I had no idea. It'd be kind of cool to have that, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I think it would. So we'll look at war support. Is there many areas for war support? I imagine you don't get war support until you have the ability to start to push for war, which won't come until later. You're kind of like railroaded behind World War II, which kind of feels right for historical Australia, I guess. Income tax. Reverse the wage cuts. Depression adds stability. Makes you unstable. Remove Great Depression. You can only do that after reversing the wage cuts and bring home the farmers. Wow. Okay, so we can get rid. It's interesting. There's a lot of 70-day focuses here, but the Thai focus tree has a lot of 35-day focuses. Yeah, I think we're going to go and invest fully into Mountaineers here. Is it Mountaineers we want, or is it Marines? It feels Marines feels more on cue. But the issue with Marines is that I need a strong Navy to allow them to do naval invasions. Otherwise, it's just a bit weak. Now, Mountaineers just feel better because they're more well-rounded, because you've got the mountain and terrain modifier, so you're fighting better on open ground. But I think the issue is Marines are very good when they're needed, but when they're not needed, they're just kind of like regular infantry, I guess. Yeah, building New South Wales is the strat. New South Wales, and probably Tasmania too, due to the construction bonus. The 5% war support's pretty good. Oh, there's another one that's war support too. So we double stack the war supporters, and that lets us mobilize. Okay. And then is there any other war supports? So there's this one here, recruitment drive. It's only 2.5%. Can do this one, but we need to have at least one election win. Okay. All right, okay. And the election's coming up soon? Yep, it is. Oh, we actually have occupied territory as well. I never knew that. Okay. I think investing into local autonomy is a fail here. Is there any resources here? No. Is there any factories here? No. So this is the one time that compliance is kind of a little bit pointless. You're going to get a bit of manpower, I suppose, but that's it. Industrial expansion. This allows you to take the second port of blah, blah, blah. Decision will allow you to significantly boost your steel output. Okay. Do you know what? All the focuses so far for Australia, they feel kind of good. I actually I'm buzzing from it. However, no one is actually trading steel with us. In fact, they're not trading anything for us. That's one thing in Hoi I wish you had more control over. You had some way of like arranging trade deals by spending political power or something, you know what I mean? Like to actually encourage nations to buy your equipment over other nations, you know? Mountaineers. Okay, this is the first time playing out Special Forces. So we're going to go for expanded Special Forces for the big one, or the elite one for the elite one. Elite one it is. And then we're going to go for Mountaineers, which is right now. So cold weather specialists. This gives you attack bonuses in snow. And it also makes Mountaineers smaller. Oh, wow, the bonuses are not as black and white anymore. Oh, this is less flexibility than it once was, because in the past you could pick the one that reduces combat width for Mountaineers, but now you can't, unless when you do the cold weather. Ah, interesting. Recon Rangers, extra light artillery. This is actually a bit of a dumbed down system, because the other system like allowed a little bit more control. You could tailor it to how you play style, but with this you have to just pick the one and then kind of, I suppose you could pick both. Oh, I never thought of that. So when you unlock a new branch, you could pick cold weather as well as... Oh, so it's more OP. Never mind. I take it back. That's more OP. That's more OP. Okay. And I could stack ranges as well, couldn't I? If I had an extra slot. Anyway, let's go for this. Can I convert these guys to Mountaineers? Yeah, we can. Exercise indefinitely. Bring home the farmers. This feels way too easy to get rid of Great Depression. In the olden days, you were locked behind world tension and so many other mechanics. But with this, it just feels a lot easier. Do we have anti-air? We do. We could take advantage of a HQ that gives additional attack as well. We'll stack them both. What's this guy? Expeditionary leader, extra attack on non-core territory. Wow, that is the man for the job. That's insane. Okay, all right. Well, that's an easy one, isn't it? Anyway, go for Thomas too. Thomas is a logistics wizard. Oh god, this is a very small division. I don't think there's any way of getting more war support at this moment, so I'll just do early mob. Oh, look at all the building slots here. All right, elections just happened. No, it's election year. Okay, we're building up to an election. So it looks like we're going to win. Do a political campaign to gain 0.05% votes. Okay. Recovery. There you go. Get rid of a Great Depression. Wow, that's so much easier to get rid of than it used to. This reminds me of how the American system works. How easy it is to get rid of. Maybe I could do a combination. Oh, it feels really icky to me. Bit icky. Anyway, infantry guns is good for the extra attack anyway. Then we could add on some support artillery. Got Recon Rangers too, which is extra attack into mountains. Yeah, that's the no-brainer there, isn't it? No, we'll add that later on. We'll go artillery for now. So depression is about to be erased. And we're going to go from 11 civs to 11 civs. Okay, that's not what I expected to happen there. So since they've changed the way consumer goods work, it does look like it doesn't benefit you as much as it used to. The second home of the blast furnace. 100 PP for steel. That's really good location too due to infrastructure. Love this one. Populate or perish. Removes the penalty to population growth. I do feel like the election system feels a little bit hands-off, which kind of feels like you need to be more involved with the game's mechanics. It feels strange that you can just kind of ignore it. But I suppose I am participating by clicking focuses, I guess. The UAP has won the election. Government formation period. Stability at home, strength across the empire. All right, we've got a new guy. However, he doesn't have any traits. Need 2 election wins. Oh, 1 election win. So you kind of railroaded like the old focus tree. You're locked behind time scales. Because election win is technically every 5 years. So 2 election wins is technically 5+ years. 6 years at least. Because you get an election at the start of the game plus 5 years for the next election. So technically you're locked behind 2 election wins is 1940. The construction bonus here is massive. So we've got temporary construction boom, 25%. Free trade, construction 1 and 2, plus the dam. And then we can go for the extra war support so we can partially mobilize. This is interesting. We've got Bradmill Denim Factory. Extra stability. Mona. I read that as Mona Lisa. It's Mount Isa. Minus 20% lack of resources penalty. That is so good. I like that because that adapts to a play style. Steelworks. Do we need steel? We close. I don't think you can export the steel that you make here, though, can you? I'm not sure. The big Australian. 10% resource. Oh, that's new. Limited conscription is locked behind a political will for more conscription. Look at manpower icon on focuses. It actually directs you where you need to go. Oh, there it is. It's there. Okay, it's there. A 79-day focus. Okay, this focus tree is very different. There's like no other focus tree that's like this one. All right, 3 more battalions, infantry guns, artillery. Keep making that division bigger and bigger. So it's kind of a hybrid division. It's not just mountaineers, but it's also infantry too. I guess we can try and work with the game mechanics to see if we can get more special forces. The wool agreement. Support companies plus 5%. Okay, we do need to make some support companies, actually. Support equipment. Partial mob. Now I need to get rid of that non-core manpower thing. That's bad. So that one requires this focus and this focus. And then it requires these 2 focuses and this one too. It feels more straightforward to play Australia. I kind of like this. I like that you don't start off with too many debuffs. And I actually like that it feels relatively easy to get rid of the debuffs too. I'm kind of liking that. I guess we've got to mobilize. So the collapsing of the League of Nations. I wish the League of Nations was an actual game mechanic and not just this kind of invisible ally or villain in the background, you know. Focus on the New Deal. To populate and perish branch becomes available. Repeal the immigration restrictions. I like the concept that immigration can boost you economically and populationally, but then it's a bit of a political suicide. Did I just reveal my politics there? Oh dear. Oof. Politics in a Hoi 4 game? Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't know, I feel like politics in Hoi 4 needs to be slightly more complicated. I like the idea of a push-pull style mechanic where it feels like not every choice is like, I don't know, as black and white, you know? Everything feels like a trade-off, you know? Extra one of those, and then some anti-air and recon. Another 8 divisions, maybe. Oh, we're at the cap, aren't we? We can't. Okay. So we've got the 8 divisions, the Great 8. I suppose in this scenario, I should deploy these to where they're going to be needed, I guess. Which is going to be here, isn't it? Oh, we can only have 6 divisions? Oh, okay. So we delete 2. We get to copy down. Oh, we can only add on 1 extra. Then we have to remove the infantry guns. Okay. So it's no longer the Great 8, it's the Great 6. Infantry specialist. We don't have a special forces guy. Forget what trait we need. It's the commando, isn't it? Do we have a commando? No, we do not. We also have this guy too. So there's 2 of these expeditionary leaders. This guy's better on the stats though. Collapsing of the League of Nations. Conscription. All right, we definitely need to fix our army now. Let's fix that. Add on the anti-air. Add on the recon. Oh, we haven't got the XP for that. We'll come back to that. All right, making mills now. Could go for motorized priority. Invoke the Defense Act. Additional level of conscription law will enable extensive conscription. That's leveling up quickly, isn't it? Are there any mills here? On the left side. Okay. Ah, that's really cool. So the left side is about production of military stuffs. And then this right side is about development of the armed forces. I really like that. I like that. I feel like sometimes it needs to be dumbed down just very slightly to kind of make a system that's more, I don't know, streamlined. We'll make a HQ. And the HQ is going to be infantry, reconnaissance, and special forces. And then we add on the rangers. I'm feeling good about this, actually. I feel like this division is pretty good. Do you feel like it could be bigger, though? I think 36 width would be ideal. The Bren gun. Not the Bren gun, the Owen gun. It just looks like a Bren gun, though, doesn't it? Okay, volunteer corps. So this also gives me attack bonus on core territory and it removes some of the modifier for non-core territory. I have a feeling there's some modifier stacking going on here that's going to result in some insane damage. Yeah, I think the damage here is going to be massive. I do like how I've managed to grow my economy so much within a really short time span. Can we steal some trains? Yeah, there we go. 3 trains. We're doing really well on equipment too. Maybe we should have a bunch of divisions at home. Engineers. So what we got here, we have defense in depth, extra entrenchment, and extra supplies, and the rest of it's standard. Okay. Volunteer corps. War carriers reduces logistics supply by minus 15% for logistics companies. That is insanely strong. So that increases it from the base of 10% up to 25%. No, that can't be right. Whoa, Australia is strong as hell. No, that can't be right. Okay, some of the modifiers for Australia are starting to look really good. Okay, we've got some troops at home. Realize we have run out of manpower, though. Okay, so we need to hold on to a little bit of manpower. Ambusher for defense, sure. And then extra defense and extra ambusher. So let's get some insane entrenchment. 32% entrenchment. Prioritize equipment for the commandos. The 2nd Australian Imperial Force. Extra attack on non-core territory. I feel like relief of command is going to be a big one here because this is getting 25% extra army XP. And that allows us to unlock all the doctrines. I wonder how I get the additional branch. See, branch forces? No. Okay, it looks like you can't do it. There is a decision that pops up when you're at war, though, so that might be the one I have to go for. How are we doing with our doctrines? Okay, we're like 10% towards rough terrain specialists. However, the modifiers aren't very good. Can we do mountaineers here? No. I have to increase the battalion count massively for this infantry for us to get a better proportion. So if you're not aware of the mechanics, it just means that special forces have to be a proportion of your armed forces as a whole. So I need to increase the amount of battalions that I've got full stop to take advantage of more mountaineers. I think you can see the ratios if you go into here, maybe? Was it into army? There is a... Oh, it's there. There you go. So the maximum amount of fielded commandos I can have, special forces, is 24. That's the minimum requirement, plus 5% of your overall regular battalions that have been deployed. There are exploits for that, but for this video, well, for my test run, I'm just going to not do that. No cheating today. I do need more manpower, though. Can't do extensive until I'm at war, though. The Dingo Scout Car. All right, I want to do that one. The Defense of the Citizens Military Act. So many words. So here you go. I've got attack on non-core territory plus 5%, 10% for defense. But then if I get rid of that, I'm removing the negative modifier. Plus, I'm stacking this gentleman's modifier, which is this one, Expeditionary Leader. So this means I should gain some insane attack bonuses on non-core territory. All right, let's change the HQ because we've got logistics now. So, logistics. Oh, can add an additional dude on. Can we convert him? No, we've not got enough mountaineer ratio, but we will do that in the future. More logistics? More mills? I've just realized it's 1938. I read that as 1939. I thought we were like right at war. That's why I brought these guys to the front line. Okay, I can't read. So manpower. Repeal the immigration, immediate rights, Department of Aboriginal Affairs. It's very rare to see these population growth modifiers because these ones you don't actually see that often in Hoi 4 focus trees. Okay, we need steel now, so I'm going to go for... Oh, wow, that adds stability as well. Denim adds stability. Is this denim as in the trousers? Yeah? I feel like I want to do Cult of Heroism for the medals. No, the right path here is the theater training for 20% terrain XP. And then I stack that with... the HQ bonus, which you can't see it because it's blanked over, but it says terrain traits XP gain 20%. So that one gives 1% recruitable there. That's really good. However, I lose stability. Oh, I have to be communist to do that. Requires Department of Original Affairs. Oh, I can just do the left path. Okay, I'll do that then. Original Affairs, plus you need the Women's Armed Forces. Women? Northern Territory Reconnaissance Unit. Oh, there's so many bonuses here, boys. Yeah, I am well and truly manpower capped. This feels like the biggest thing that Australia has to deal with. It'd be kind of cool if some of these decisions, the army-related ones, weren't very popular, and this would hurt your credibility and push the other political power, because then I'd actively participate in the politics. I think the biggest issue with some of these mechanics is sometimes they're a little bit too hands-off. I feel like Czechoslovakia's Skoda Works is probably the best one. It's not there, because apparently Czechoslovakia is no more. It's just the Czech Republic now. Right, the Czech-Slovak Republic. Yeah, I like it because it's very hands-on and you need to be actively looking at it to participate in it. But with this one, I feel like I kind of look away and I'm not really paying attention. I suppose if I wanted to invest into these ones, conscription at last. Yeah, okay, I suppose that's the one exception. If I want to go down some of the red paths, I need to let them win an election, win at least one election. Okay. All right, okay, that does feel like it is a bit more inclusive, but it doesn't make me actively want to be involved in it, if you catch my drift. I still feel like I'm a little bit hands-off. Okay, I've got excess guns. Let's sell these on the market. A lot. I'll put them at a high price. If they don't sell, I drop the price. Yeah, they're not selling. Let's go medium price. And they're still not selling. I think I've joined this market a little bit late, haven't I? There we go. Diverse army plus 1% recruitable. Oh, what was that? 13% extra defense. Gains infantry leader. Oh, okay. He's a specific leader. Okay, I just thought for myself, like, why would I switch to HQs with armor in them? Because all the stats are down. But I've just realized I've missed something. I don't actually have a model for tanks, do I? So there's nothing to switch to. Okay, there you go. Well, that answers that question. When I've got a model for tanks, maybe I'll switch to it and just see if there's any benefit. Okay, War is Coming. Unlocks the War is Coming decisions. Activate Summon the Council. Summon the Council. The War is Coming. There we go. British War Cabinet. Is this it? Oh, no. Australian War Cabinet. Extra planning, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I love this one. Solidify the empire. We have wool agreement. And then the Australian war cabinet. Nice. Ooh, the Torres Strait Battalion. Marine commandos, additional sub-doctrines. So there is a commando, but it's specifically for Marines. I'm more curious about the Northern Reconnaissance. I'm really curious what that is. All right, we're at war now, so extensive conscription. Oh, here we go. War is coming. Seize civilian industry? No. Scorch the North? No. The Brisbane Line? No. Okay. Summon the diplomats, officials, and his theorists to Canberra to propose an invasion must be discussed. This could lead to disturbing collapse of the government. Okay. Okay, the Northern Reconnaissance Unit. Oh, there we go. The Northern Terrain Reconnaissance Unit. Let's see how it compares to a regular recon. So, it appears to be like a ranger, but without the mountain bonuses. It's significantly cheaper, too. How does it compare to a regular one? We got a recon somewhere. Add a regular cavalry recon. Then we change that to a northern reconnaissance. So it's extra defense, has extra breakthrough, soft attack, hard attack, more supply usage, and it's cheaper. Be fair with you, if it wasn't for me having recon rangers, they would actually be something I would switch to. Just realized I can expand my mountaineers some more as well. So in this case, we've got so much excess equipment, it just feels dumb not to go for the full 36. Okay, my economy is mad exploded now. Enables jungle heavy tanks. More attack on non-core territory. It's like a new modifier just for Australia. Because that's like not even been a thing. I mean, it does exist, don't get me wrong, but it's one of those traits that's like really rare. So what happens if I just ignore this? So I have to click it? Summon the council? Stops being an advisor. Okay, I really don't like that mechanic. I don't like that. That's dirty. You give me an advisor throughout the entire game and then you just yoink it away? No, I don't like that. No. Oh, this guy's adaptable and he's also an expeditionary leader? Wow. Okay, we're stacking all the best traits here now. I wonder, because I'm in a defensive war, I can do desperate defense. That's a bit broken in my opinion because it doesn't really feel like a defensive war. I'm Australia. How is this defensive? Because technically we've joined the war as a Poland ally. That's the reason why. I don't know. It feels a bit weird to me. Never quite liked that mechanic. Feels like it needs to be a war support locked behind. That'd make more sense, wouldn't it? The German Reich is justifying against us. Ratify the Westminster Adaptation Act. Ratify. This allows us to declare independence, but we need no foreign battlefields for that. It needs an election win for the, I presume, socialists, I think. Or refuse British wars. Refuse British wars. Refuse? No. I like that it's more difficult to switch ideology now because you're restricted based on the other political party winning elections. I kind of do like that, actually. Before, I know it does feel like it's a bit hands-off, and I still agree with that point, but I do like that it now becomes a bit more difficult to switch ideology because you now have to play with this election system, where before just hiring the advisor just felt a little bit too simple, yeah? At least now you've got to fight for it a bit more. Okay, we're going to expand this division as big as it goes. 65. They want to lend-lease as guns. However, once again, I've only got 50 convoys. No, I haven't actually. That's a lie. So I can accept all apart from the American ones. Okay, that's changed how it used to be. They used to send us too many guns before, but now they do send us the right amount. Convoys is very important as Australia, so I need to remember that in future. All right, boom, here we go. We're at war. All right, so initially we push. We break them immediately. I'm going to break for that port now. Connect up the two front lines. And then we can potentially cut them off north to south. Oh, we just tear through them. Let's see the damage here. I'm curious. Oh, I think these numbers are too high. Planning bonus, commander skill. One of these is the non-core one. We have a specialist and an expert. There you go. Nice encirclements. Easy. Election season. It's a bit of a bad time for an election, isn't it? All right, then we push towards the Strait of Hormuz. Actually, this is the strait, isn't it? Wait, no, it's here. Oh, never mind. Oh, geography fail. Damn, it's like a knife through butter. I'm just chopping through them. So I'm not quite sure if it's just the division that I've made is just really good, or your leader is sick. Or some things in Hoi 4 never change, do they? Yeah, the damage we're doing now is very high, even for the fact that we're pushing into difficult terrain. Okay, I have a feeling that these are going to get nerfed. I'm really sorry, guys. The version you're watching right now is probably a version of the game you'll not be playing. So you'll not be able to experience the beauty of this insanely OP strat. Look at this one division pushing into mountains here and just tearing through them. To be fair with you guys, there's not much mountaineer in this division anyway. So this isn't really a mountaineer division anyway. Okay, that's something else. Now, it's hard to say now if it's just a reconnaissance or whether it's a combination of the stats. I'm not sure. Let's just look at the HQ for a second. So the HQ is giving us a bonus, isn't it? HQ, edit the HQ.
HQ is giving special forces non-combat. Which one is it? It's this one. Special forces attack plus 5% plus non-combat out of supply now is 10%. Okay. Okay, we can pull two more divisions over, which I will do. Plus, we can start expanding this division by now replacing the battalions with mountaineers. No, we can't actually do that. No, never mind. We've the game said, unfortunately, you've made too many now. One too many. Run out of places to build. There isn't, well, bad infrastructure. I'm going to lie to you guys. It's nice to be able to start modifiers and do this, but this feels a little bit too strong. Yeah, we're just chewing through them now. It's like nothing. One downside is when the HQ attacks, it damages the strength of it and it loses its ability to project its stats. Now we have a new election we've just won. So that means we've got 2 of the blue slips. This gives more war support. All dressed up. British Pacific Fleet. Overseas loyalties. And 3 blue slips allows us to go for 3 election wins. Has the British War Cabinet. You now have the ability to declare wars and call to wars. No longer transfers any peace score to the Overlord. Interesting. Don't have the ability to declare independence, though, unless I let the other side win. National Unity Government. In the moments of crisis, small struggles give way for larger ones. Nations around us face conflict after conflict, although the domestic issues carry their own urgency. This costs 150 political power. This increased the time for 15 days for no foreign battlefields, blah, blah, blah. You know what? We're experimenting today. I want to see what this actually does. I'm not sure what it did. I do want to finish that extra 5% attack, though, which is this one. No worries. The damage here is massive. Oh, just chews through those Italian divisions. So one thing that's happening here is the HQ is attacking on the front line if it's on aggressive. And I don't like that because technically it shouldn't be doing that. I feel like I want to help out the Greeks. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Have I got the convoys for that, though? Oh, something just glitched. No, there, we're back. We're back. It's all good. Front line with Albania and push Albania back. This is officially bully the Italians' day. Or as the British call it, a Tuesday. These modifiers are way too high. I do enjoy a good green bubble, though. I won't lie. You see what they're doing there? They were sending me American guns. Oh, they're pushing into Yugoslavia now, so they're not going to be able to hold this area any longer. But we are pushing, though. It's interesting how we push them, get pushed back immediately. It means no worries. Okay. I guess the British War Cabinet. Oh, here we go. The Cabinet Trust. So there's immediate Cabinet Trust. Okay, so this is a balance of power built within the decision tree. This moves us to the right. And then again. And then again. Why would I ever want less trust? Removes the trust spirits. Make a common enemy. Gains a war goal against Japan. Interesting. Yeah, I need commando, but I think this guy is too high level. These traits scale based on the level that you are. So I don't think I'm ever going to be able to gain enough XP for that. All right. This is a lost cause, so I need to leave here and rejoin the British in Egypt. Gonna retreat out of there, otherwise I'm gonna lose my divisions. Oh man, more non-core attack territory. Is there a stat in this game where I can actually see all the modifiers? Because this is like a hidden stat that's never been like very visible. Man, in multiplayer games, this is gonna be too strong. All right, okay. The solution to this is they push forward here, so we basically just go around them. And we do, and then we push there, and then we push into Tobruk. Oh, lovely encirclement. Yeah, the damage that we're dealing here is just so high. And then around them again. I mean, I do this every game. This is like the most feedback gaming strategy ever. And then again. Ooh, lots of divisions. Okay. Only issue now is there is no supply in this region, so I have to build the classic build the ports for the allies strat. Suppose I could do something like this. This is a blitz order, by the way. I don't usually do these very often. Get into position. Could do with a spy network here. Are you joking me? Are we going to do this? Is this going to be a thing? There we go. Okay. All right. I guess you can overextend yourself slightly. Everyone move forward, apart from one guy. Detach, move forward, and then do that. I can't believe it here. We're actually winning. Oh, that's just weird. We're like so low supply, but we're handling this so well. Your HQ is below 20% strength. If it is destroyed, your army's commander may be captured. Oh yeah, it is low strength. I think the problem is I keep attacking with my HQ. All right, everyone move back to here. I think I'm going to do ambusher just for the entrenchment, even though technically it's a mountaineer, so it doesn't really apply. I think I'm also going to do service by requirement to really squeeze that manpower so I can deploy more divisions and get more mountaineers. Hopefully. The manpower directive increases factory output. Something I just don't need. A lot of these focuses I'm hovering over and I'm like, that's a good bonus, Paradox. Thanks for adding that. But I'm like, right now, I actually don't need that. Oh, ratify the Westminster Adoption Act. Okay, this gives me independence, right? Oh, so by going for a unity government, I've technically given a win to the other side. Cool. That's good. That's good. That's actually nice to know. Learning those mechanics. All right. Desperate defense. Now we're going to get the manpower. Now we're going to probably pump out more manpower than Australia can actually do, historically. Just once again, it feels weird. Desperate defense of Australia. What part of Australia was invaded? Which part? Actually, I do realize that there were islands here that got invaded. But the north only got bombed, didn't it? It didn't actually get invaded. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, never mind. Just push through the north. Encirclement is better technically, but whatever. Emotion of no confidence. The Australian Labour Party becomes the ruling party. The Democratic Party will now be called the Australian Labour Party. Okay. Summons the War Cabinet. Is this because we didn't do... Oh, it's because we formed a coalition government. Okay. We're learning the mechanics, guys, piece by piece. This is a massive loss for the Italians. Look at all these divisions they're going to lose. One mechanic I'm not a big fan of is the HQ seems to be attacking. Yeah, the HQ is attacking. I don't like that because we're damaging the HP and then we're losing the stats. So technically, you always want it to be unbalanced. I feel like I want to turn that off, though. Italians, be gone. So it's a bit of a... I suppose the safe solution is to put it on 1, close, meaning they're not on the front line. But then you lose some of the modifiers. What is this naval invasion here? Easy encirclement. Easy. Connect up to the Brits here. Ah, the modifiers are way too high. I hate to complain about stuff like this because it's really cool to see something so OP. But at the same time, like in multiplayer, they're going to hate this. Go here, then you guys go into Tripoli. Oh, beautiful encirclement. Oh, beautiful. Only issue is lack of supply. And there we go, done. Take Tripoli. Ah, the damage is so high. Go here, go here, go here, and attack. Next naval invasion is the most standard. I do like the expeditionary trait because it does have this extra flavor of like a small band of deadly commandos. However, it feels like the bonus you get for it is so high that it's like better than a commando anyway. Am I getting my commando traits? Oh, this is not working. I think they're going to have to buff these numbers. They're way too low. Okay, this is something new. Japan has declared on the Siamese Empire. Okay, and they immediately joined the faction. It did just say declared on them, didn't it? No, it didn't. I misread it. No, it did. It did. Declared on the Siamese Empire. And then immediately on the same day, peace. Then they joined the faction. I was just making sure I read that correctly. One extra mountaineer added on. Adding the mountaineers is a very slow process. Well, this is interesting. So there's an option here to administer. Am I reading that wrong? Administer. Yeah, my brain's not working. Yeah, I have to have high compliance. And I realized going for local autonomy early game would have gave me that extra compliance so I could go for this. He basically hands over this territory. Oh, no, hang on. No, it makes it cores. Oh, that's so cool. So it looks like by going for another national government, I've given myself another win for the other political party. I'm a little bit confused how these mechanics actually work, but I'm not complaining because I do like how they work, but it's just getting my head around them. Once again, playing blind, guys. My first run. Okay, calm down, all right? Calm down. Get a lot of grief. Oh, Dave, you pressed the wrong button. I'm like, I know, I'm learning. This is how I learn the game. I'm learning. Okay, keep getting this British War Cabinet thing over and over again. I'm just going to say no to it that time because I'm losing votes whenever I click it. Right, can we activate the battle plan? We can. However, we just got trapped by Italian convoys. All right, we did land. And these divisions have so much fighting power, they just tear through everything. All right, I've landed on both sides. The color of Australia and Italy is so similar that I'm finding it really hard to see who owns what. You know what, guys? I know I have to report this to Paradox, okay? I know I have to report this because this is way, way, way too strong. Commander skill 38%, country 25%. I feel like I'm not seeing all the numbers here. Is it 25% extra attack? Let me just double check that. So non-core extra attack 15%. Yeah, it's 15%. Well, I could declare independence. There we go. Now a free independent Australia. It'd be kind of cool if the name changed, wouldn't it? You know, like your Dominion of Canada, I would be like Dominion of Australia, then became Australia. For the extra flavor. Okay, breaking through the north is becoming a little bit more difficult. Once again, we're just not getting XP. Problem is, there's a lot of bonuses here that don't apply to special forces. This one does. Defensive postures. Because it says all infantry. No, the infantry doesn't class special forces, isn't it? The only way you can discover this is by clicking on here, then hovering over the bonuses. It says leg infantry, and it gives you the breakdown of what leg infantry is. So, oh no, technically then leg infantry is commandos. So, leg infantry? Leg infantry plus 10% defense. Leg infantry soft attack? Yeah, irregulars. I can't believe we're going for irregulars, but it kind of feels in Hoi, which is a bit weird, that you kind of get more bonuses when you stack modifiers over like going for like a modern combined arms strategy, which is, well, the more modern solution, I guess. Okay, we have reached a bottleneck in the mountain. We need a naval invasion around this. Do you realize going for a radio, the most advanced one is going to be worthwhile because reinforce rate is crucial for if you're at the maximum combat width because you need to reinforce instantly, otherwise you'll be left behind. In that case, also organization first is good for that reinforce rate. We need that every bit of reinforce rate advantage. Okay, push. And then you guys push. Will this be enough firepower to break them? Look, the combat width is quite narrow because I could get 2 divisions in at a time. So I need to reinforce immediately, otherwise I don't break through. And they've got so many divisions in reserve. That doesn't look breakable to me. There's just too many divisions on that one spot. But then again, if we keep going, we are actually winning. The amount of damage we're doing, they've got like 50 to 100 soft attack, and we're getting like 200, 300 each shot. Okay, we're going to go for field engineering to maximize engineers. And then to maximize engineers, we're also going to make sure we upgrade our engineers. You know what needs a rework? This. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it, all the way? It'd be kind of better if this system was more advanced. I realized I forgot about the logistics. It does 35%. No, that's so broken. So literally the best commandos in the game now are Australians. That's insane. Because it was this upgrade here, war carriers minus 15% additional for logistic companies. That's basically 3 technologies of logistics all stacked back to back. We've got medals too, 15% supply reduction, extra defense, soldier experience loss. Ooh. This is basically a field hospital. So it should level up a lot quicker and a lot higher. They must be low supply here. Yeah, they are. All right, we're building forts behind the mountains and also building ports too. Maximum supply. All right, can we call this now? Where was it? I retract what I previously said. It feels like the focus tree just opened up massive. At the start of the game, it's quite restrictive and railroady, but then as it progresses and you get to win more election wins, the focus tree does massively expand outwards. Can't do this one because we don't have full... I have to get the resistance down? Oh, the resistance is too high. Oh, okay. Maybe I have to get spies and put spies in there, maybe? All right, this is the big moment, the big breakout. Whoosh! We are tearing through the divisions. 34, 32, 31. So many in reserve, though. 25. They're reinforcing more. Ah, we broke them. We stack wiped them. Well, not stack wiped. We memed them. We reinforced memed them. And now they're in a position where they're stuck and they're on weaker terrain than they were before. So now if we push out, we encircle. Yep, easy. Oh, these divisions are so high firepower. Australia's going to get a nerf. I hate to complain about stuff like this because I love OP stuff, but this feels too strong to me. With the changes they made to the existing mechanics, this is already strong to begin with, and this is just something else. Right, can we get commando yet? No, I don't think we're ever going to be able to get it. We'd have to recruit a new general. This is the classic attack at Italy build. You basically push through the north and the south coast. God, they've got so many divisions. I don't remember having this many. They've definitely got a lot less because they lost a bunch of them in Albania, lost a bunch of them in Ethiopia, North Africa, and Sicily too, and the 2 pockets I just made. Question is, can we get more mountaineers now? No, we're still at the limit. So we'd have to deploy an army now of another 12 divisions, but then it'll gain us like 1 battalion. I feel like I want to exploit this. Should we, guys? Should we exploit this? I don't know my identity as a YouTube channel anymore, guys. I'm like, I want to exploit, but at the same time, I feel like you guys get upset when I exploit too much. We can't push now. It's just they've dug in too much. You get that one chance to push, and if you miss that opportunity, it's over. You know, I've missed that opportunity. Guess we push towards Rome, I suppose. There is a cheese strategy with this. What I could do is up the conscription from the local police force. It drops it by 25%. And then the resistance drops. And if it drops below 10, then I get to go for the focus and core it. And then I don't have to worry about resistance again. 1 extra mountaineer. And that's all I get for 12 divisions. Okay, the need to exploit seems to be going up. Plus, there's something happened with this. We're just not gaining mastery. Okay, objective Rome. We're going Rome, boys. Oh, that's new. Rome is no longer on the coast. They've ever so slightly modified the states of Italy by the smallest amount. They've got a cap any minute now, right? I don't think you can look at the balance of power for another nation, can you? No, you can't. All right, resistance is down. Compliance. Administer the mandate. Nice. Oh, that's a big encirclement. Okay, that's the end of Italy. Slice through the north coast and the south coast. It's so weird to do this with 8 divisions. That's the weirdest thing about this strat. And there we go. They've capped. Transfer the territory. Yes. And it's a puppet of Australia. Even though I'm no longer a puppet of Britain anymore, though, am I? I was just thinking for a second, like, am I a puppet of Britain? But I'm not. I am fully free now. Because you usually give it to your master, don't you? You can have a puppet of a puppet, but it's kind of a rare one. Wow, you run out of building slots so quickly as Australia. Yeah, there's something up with the special forces here. I'm not gaining that fast enough because, look, I've already unlocked the first milestone and the first milestone for infantry and artillery. So something's not quite right there. I think they need to tweak that. Remember, this is an early access version, so the devs are still actively trying to root out problems. For the most part, the game itself is stable and mostly bug-free. A lot of stuff like bounds comes before that. After that. After. That's the word, after. Oh, and the minute I clear the border with Vichy France, they declare on them. So at this point, it is a little bit pointless keeping these armies back, isn't it? So we'll bring these forward as well. Infantry leader, and then another infantry leader. Yep, bring them. Exercise them. Make it 36 width. Add on the infantry guns. There we go. We have cored the rest of the islands. The resistance will drop now and the compliance will disappear once it cores. France is doing a good job of evading France. Oh, British and Americans have landed in the Holland, and then we're pushing through the Alps as well. Yugoslavia is liberating itself. How big is my armed forces in Australia now? I am total 1 million manpower. How many manpower in the field did Australia yield in World War II? Plan is now the full 48 divisions, put them on south of France, send them over. Boosh! Okay, the damage the infantry are projecting is a lot less. But I'm taking advantage of the non-core territory modifier because it's not specific to certain divisions, is it? However, this guy gets more of it, doesn't he? Because he is the special trait. I can't even change generals. The special trait, which is expeditionary leader. Yeah, the extra 15% extra attack. The biggest breakthrough here is my special forces breaking through the Alps. The infantry are just not doing a very good job. Oh, hang on. I'm not using motorized priority. Maybe that's the secret. You know what? Heck it. All the infantry into Germany. You know what I've realized? When divisions are railroading, they should occupy trains. Does that make more sense? Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? Because they're actually on trains. So surely it should eat trains, you know, like the way it eats convoys when you're at sea. Right now, it should just be gaps in the front line so I can just push through all of this. Eat the rest of Germany. Secret to this is use the most good attacking divisions as a spearhead, and then all the other divisions just flood the front line. We've done it! The first milestone. Only took until 1943. Yeah, they're going to have to modify these mechanics. Okay, this is the infantry I've gone with. Taking advantage of the Northern Territory reconnaissance units. Ooh, we're behind on guns now. Behind on everything. Don't matter. Don't matter. Endgame anyway. Our courageous forces managed to overrun Hermann Hoth's division. The German commander now is part of our Perth. Oh, I've got a few of them. We've got 2 Italian generals. Both of them are Ethiopian. Interesting. And this guy. And they're currently based in Perth. If I slice through the nation here, get to the other side, this will severely weaken Germany. The west flank will drop. Is there anything else that gives cause? I love a bit of territorial expansion. No. There we go. The big split. Aggressive and aggressive. Are we done now, Germany? We done? We're done. Place in the sun. Is Africa sunny? It's a really weird thing that I have the ability to take French land. My contribution was 16%. Now, that actually is higher than you'd expect because, remember, it's divided among the Allies and there's lots of members of the Allies. But on the grand scale of things, that's actually kind of a low number. Australia. What the final thing to do? Leave the faction? We are fighting a war together. Oh, against Mega Japan. Like Japan's had a buff. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this long play. It was all about me just trying the mechanics out and just seeing how I felt about them. It feels like I could optimize the build a little bit more. Definitely by optimizing where I build things. Probably exploiting the special forces would be worthwhile, but I feel like the special forces at the moment, the way they work, they're not working as they should. So yeah, I'm not sure about going forward using special forces as Australia, but some of the non-core bonuses you get in Australia are just eye-wateringly good. We've got an election coming in September. I'm not waiting for that, but I had the option to go for this one too. You see this additional attack. Oh, that reduces attack on non-core territory. Okay, that's not what I want. So that's basically, it's like a balance of power for Australia, isn't it? Either defense on core territory or defense off core territory. It's this interventionism or isolationism kind of mechanic. Bring on the giant. Lend-Lease from USA. Additional on-core territory. Some of these come so late because 3 election victories is a lot, isn't it? The Northern Barrier. Indonesia becomes a puppet of Australia. That's cool. Reclaim the old territory of New Zealand. It's kind of easy to go for this one than this one, isn't it? There's only 2 election wins. I'm feeling quite positive about Australia. It does feel very railroad at the very beginning, but then when you start winning elections, it feels like you have a bit more control. Like half of the focus tree, this middle section here, is locked until you start getting election wins, which is a different way of working with it, because before it's been locked behind world tension, but now it's locked behind election wins, which are kind of every 5 years. What if there's a way you can game the mechanics to make elections fire more frequently, maybe? The national unity thing seems to be a good thing to
play to make either side win, even if you've not got the election results that you need. I did worry in the past that it would be a system you wouldn't interact with and you just leave it as it is, but it does seem to work quite well. Anyway, guys, if you enjoy this kind of content, you like long form stuff, let me know in the comments. Apart from that, have a good day. See you soon.